morning, people. Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be going over my setup for bow hunting and tack and some ASA competitions. So let's get right into it. So starting off, the base of the bow is the Blackout Faze. It's a Cabela's combo for 300 bucks, so it's relatively budget friendly. And I've got a couple parts on here that are aftermarket. I want to thank TruGlo so much for sending out their sight and their arrow rest for me to try. Absolutely love them. So let's get into this bow. So I have my draw length 25.5 inches with a 60 pound draw. It's perfect for me. It can be adjusted from 14 all the way up to 30, 28 inches, something like that. I think 14 to 28 inches and then 15 to 60 pound draw weight. So you got a lot of range in there, and this is a perfect beginner setup. I just needed something cheap for up here in South Dakota, and I set it up to how I like it. And it's very comparable to all those other, PSCs, Matthews, and Bowtech, and all of those. I've shot a lot of them. I have a Matthews TRX at home that I use for archery, and I love it. And this is pretty comparable to it. I know it's a totally separate thing, but it's a really good bow. Let's get into some of the stuff I have added onto. We'll go from the bottom to the top. This is a Trophy Ridge Blitz, I want to say Blitz, stabilizer, 6-inch carbon fiber, good amount of weight, and this bow is just perfectly balanced with that stabilizer up front. So I honestly would not go any more than 10 inches if you're out bow hunting, and 6 is perfect. And when I do tack, I'll throw in a 30, and then this will become a rear bar coming out the side of it. Got my wrist wrap right here, fits me perfectly, and it has a nice integration into the quick release. And having a quick release is so helpful. As I said, if I'm doing tack, I'll put on 30, so I just put on my rear mount, boom, put my 30 on up here, and you're good to go. And you can buy a bunch of different brand stabilizers too, especially with these quick releases. They're all good for different brands. And yeah, and you can also screw this off, and you can put some more weight up front if you desire, which I don't desire to put more weight, so I just have the dampener up front. You can get, it doesn't come with weight, but you can get weight, bow weights, which are pretty cheap, like $5. We have the TruGlo carbon hybrid drop away arrow rest. I got it tuned perfectly on my down bow line, and it's really good. Used it for a little bit, a couple days now, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a really quality drop away rest. Drops perfectly, really fast, and not much to say about it. Love it. For the sight, we're running the Storm TruGlo G2. It doesn't have anything fancy. It's not a sight tape, anything like that, but I absolutely love this sight. I will probably continue using this for a very long time. Super reliable. 3 pins. I got my pins set to 20, 45, 75. So I can get pretty far out there. And I wouldn't shoot a deer or antelope more than 80 yards. So this is perfect for me. Mounted directly onto the bow, and everything is relatively light. Comes in at 4.78 pounds. And on the chronograph, we're shooting 270 FPS. And speaking of chronograph and shooting, let's go ahead and go over to the arrows. The arrows I'm shooting are Easton Storm arrows. These are fully carbon fiber, and this is the one arrow, obviously, I super glued the fletching, and I did not do a great job. But these have been cut down to 26.5 inches, and a general rule of thumb, you want to do about about 1 inch to 2 inches extra of your draw length when you want to cut your arrows. And these are 8.3 350 spine arrows, pretty stiff, pretty heavy, but I absolutely love them. They work great for all of my hunting needs. I can take an elk with it, and I can also take a mule deer with the same arrow. I'm shooting 100 grain field tips out the front, and then obviously I'll do 100 grain broadhead when I'm doing any hunting. And I don't have any broadheads on me right now, but I like to shoot fixed blade broadheads out of these arrows just because they're 3-fletched, and I don't feel like getting any 4-fletched arrows, so fixed blades are what I like to do. So these arrows are really, really nice. Moving on to what releases my arrow. An index release. I've always shot an index release and always will. Consistency is key, and consistency is what I'm doing with this. I started off my archery career shooting a thumb release just because that's what I thought was cool, that's what I got. And then I was like, I don't really like this. I don't like having to move my thumb. Moved over to the back tension from Ultraview. They make a absolutely gorgeous back tension. Used it for about a year and a half. I was like, I don't know if I like back tension that much. It's weird. I don't want to have to reach to my bag every time I have to shoot a deer or shoot. So it's like, let me do an index release. Grab this index release from Scott. Never look back. Absolutely gorgeous. This is actually a new one that I got when I bought the bow like 3 months ago, just because I didn't have much up here in South Dakota. But I love this release. It's super light. Super light. And you can shoot these like a back tension basically. How you shoot anything. You want it to be suppressed here. Back here, wrap around, pull, and it would go off. So always will shoot a back tension or index release, and I like having it on my wrist. So when I'm walking around in the woods, I can just clip on real quick, pull back, and fire around at that deer. So that's my setup for 2023. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see some hunting videos, let me know in the comments below what you want to see. And stay subscribed. We got a bunch of stuff happening in the garage with the Can-Am. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be absolutely insane. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. As always, peace and God bless.